Good morning. It is the 25th of January, 2022. Um, I just, today's video is on, facing storms and facing testing and trials and situations that are hard to um, not to worry about, hard to not, um, be consumed with. I have, in my past, I have struggled with. Always trying to think through stuff and try to plan or overcome. And I think everybody does. I mean, when you face stuff, I think that's where depression comes from. I think a big part of that is, us trying to either worry about the past or change the future by, you know, worry. And there's lack of peace. I look at, my thing over there and it's Philippians 4:6. you know, and it basically says, "Do not be anxious for anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, make with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God." And we just everything is in God's hands. Trusting Him um, with our life, trusting Him with our future, trusting Him with everything. And so I'm going to read this Habakkuk 3:17. Though the fig tree should not blossom, nor the fruit on the vines, or no, nor fruit be on the vines, the produce of the olive fail, and the fields yield no crop, the flock be cut off from the fold, and there be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will take great joy in the God of my salvation. God, the Lord, is my strength. He makes my feet like the deer's. He makes me tread on high places. And Habakkuk was he was it was a promise that he was making to praise God and to focus on God even when everything was failing. um, and it's a perspective for me. It's a perspective view to look at the reality that God does not change. um, my circumstances, my situations, this world, this life, the testing, the um, circumstantial situations is going to change. Um, and my emotions can either be on a roller coaster or my emotions can be steadfast, knowing that, God is in control and He is not changing. God is not changing. My future is not changing. My destination is not changing. Um, and in a week, everything can change. Like in a month, I can be on a whole different path. So as I go through these testings and trials and I'm, struggling with having situations not going smoothly right now, I'm having a bunch of things feeling like they're trying to come, the walls are caving in. There's a bunch of situations that are out of my control. And um, it would be easy to worry and it'd be easy to be consumed by it. And I'm not perfectly, I'm as I kind of feel the pressure. It is a daily surrender to God that you are in control. If this, even if the business was to fail, even if my marriage was to fail, even if everything in my life faltered, I know for a fact there's one thing that will not falter, and that is my God, and that is my relationship with God. That even unto death. I was reading this article um, on having peace and patience and trust in God even through hard times. And it's the thing is there's many people. My life and my perspective is from my own view and my own experience. There are many people out there that are followers of Jesus that have been saved and redeemed and that are children of God, that are my brothers and sisters that have um, gone through testing and trials. They have become, they have died, they have had strokes. Some of his examples that he has with just his family is people going through significant hardships. And, it brings into perspective um, that the situations that I'm going through are minor, um, even though to me they're hard. They're minor to some of the testing and some of the situations that others go through. But we all can have the same hope. We can all have the same um, ability to endure, because even though we all go through different testings, we all go through different life scenarios, situations. Some of us don't have it, as well as others. I mean, look at people in America, the brothers and sisters in America compared to the brothers and sisters in China or Africa or Afghanistan. You know what I mean? There's a significant difference of the persecution, the testing, the freedom, the wealth. There's just a wide range. However, we all have one hope and we all have one destination. We all have um, one God. And so there is a perspective that we have, that I need to have in going through my trials and my testing, and when life starts to throw curveballs, to be able to know, because it's going to get worse. You know, Obviously, I always like to progressively get better and things get smoother as you get more experience. That's how it's technically supposed to be. But in reality, life is a whole different story. This world is falling apart and everything is going down a path it's going to get worse. Our economy is going to crash. Everything's going to get worse. And, you know, I have to be prepared and strengthen my faith in the fact that God is not changing, even if everything else is falling apart around me. We go into a famine, we go into an economic collapse, we go into war. My, my life drastically changes, and I don't have the ability to continue down this path that I'm on. Who knows? Um, who knows what tomorrow brings? But we should be grateful and thankful, and live in today fully, trusting God that He will carry us through whatever, good, bad, indifferent, um, and that we should have our eyes set on Him with hope. And so that is what I'm talking about today. God bless.